Okay, on our last video, we were just waiting for the emulator to load. So I stopped it, and this will be the second video for day 2 on MIT App Inventor. So I do have my emulator up and running now, and we are going to test the two buttons we created, the speed up and speed down. So you just want to test it. As I click it, the ball is going faster. When I click speed down, it slows down. Okay. So as you're programming, you always want to make sure you're using the emulator or the tablet. The tablet's a little more reliable than the emulator, it goes a little bit faster. So you just want to make sure you're checking as you are programming. So let's jump into the second part of this assignment. If you are following along on the instructions, we're right here where it says labels. Okay? And we're going to create two labels. One is going to have the text that says ball speed is, and then the second one is going to actually show the numeric value for what the ball speed is at any given time. Like when you're pressing the speed up button, we should see that number increase as you press that. If you press the speed down button, we should see the number decrease. Okay, so let's get to it. Switch back over here. We're going to pull over two labels onto your viewer. And notice as you do that, there's a little blue placeholder that shows you where your stuff's going to land on the viewer. So make sure you're using that. Then on label 1, make sure you're clicked on label 1. Under properties, we're going to go to the text, delete out text for label 1, and you're going to type in ball speed is and a colon. When you hit enter, you'll see that change over here on your viewer. Okay, so now what we need to do for label 2, we're going to make that work using it over on the blocks section. Okay, so here's our programming that we did earlier. I'm just going to slide it over here a little bit so we have a little more room. Okay, our program for the speed up button and then the speed down button. What we're going to do is we're going to add some things in there. So we're going to go to label 2. And what we're looking for is a block. This is going to look slightly different than your instructions just because they updated the blocks since these instructions were written. But we are looking for set label 2 text to ball speed, and the ball speed we'll have to add in. So we're looking for set label 2 text to. This should be it. So we're going to drop that in there. And then what we need here is the actual ball speed. So that's going to be under that block. We're going to find it here under the category for ball 1. And if you scroll down, it'll be green. We're just looking for ball speed. Ball 1 speed. Here it is. And you click it in. Okay. So then we also need that down here. Okay. So once again, it's under label 2. Set label 2 text to. You can also duplicate these. You've probably realized that. But once you get some together and you're using some of the same blocks, you can use duplicate. And sometimes that makes it go a little bit faster. Ball 1. Speed. Okay, I think we got it. All right, let's test it out. Hopefully my emulator will work for us. I'm going to switch back over. Okay, and notice here, ball speed is, let's give this a try. Okay, I'm speeding up. Notice this is changing. It's increasing. Now the ball speed is at 6, 7, 8. If I press speed down, it goes down. Okay, all right, that is it for the actual lesson. Now there's a challenge, and I do want you to do the regular challenge. That is part of the regular assignment. On this challenge part, what it has you do is make 2 new buttons, one that increases ball 1's heading by 10 and one that decreases it by 10 every time you click them. Heading is similar to speed, but heading is where your ball is facing. Okay, so it turns the ball. You can do that, or if you want to do different buttons, like I had some kids make a button that made their ball grow, and then make another button that made it shrink. that's fine. I really don't care what your buttons do as long as you can show me that you can program a couple more buttons, okay? So please do the regular challenge, and then you're going to want to turn this in to Google Classroom.